Hi Leos, your season and birthday month was marked with intensity, deep transformation, even losses and anxiety that come with it all. You are the sign who's most affected during this season of eclipses and retrogrades because two of the three eclipses which happened in the last 2 months were on your sign or your opposite sign. They were shaking you out of your comfort zones. Eclipses accelerate our growth, but at the same time, they do shock us when they happen. To top it all the planets are working on your critical axis. So Uranus is working on changing your work life. It's throwing a lightning bolts over there, changing and shaking anything that's stagnant at work because it wants to unstuck you and free you in the end to give you more joy at work. Jupiter is working on your family and home sector, so it's bringing out any healing that your family members, your parents might need, and or healing that you might need from the baggage that you have been carrying from your family. Saturn and Pluto are working on your day to day routines at work and health sector. They're bringing out what needs to be changed in your health routines, bringing out issues that might be there in that sector. Mars was working overtime, wanting you to take your power back in your partnerships, whether they're business or personal. So you saw a lot of action and friction there. So all of your areas of life are being reworked at the same time. It does not feel easy. It is definitely not easy for anybody, but it's definitely not easy for a fixed sign who likes consistency, who likes stability. But this is your year to create something different for you, a different path for you, and universe had to shake you out of your fixity, any stagnancy, any area where you do need change and you need to let go anything. All of those areas had to be hit and corrected and fixed. So kicking, screaming, or laughing this year is bound to change you for long term. And you may not like it all, and it might not be pleasant at all, but it's going to happen. Now I meet you though on the other side of it all. We are done with the eclipses, we are done with the annihilation, we are done with the shock, pause, and process cycle, and now we are shot into action because Virgo season is all about getting to work. And we are done with the eclipses. We will still be processing the energy and the things and the letting go and the creation part that's coming out of the cycle of the eclipses, but we are not getting hit directly by that. Sun is going to shine on your self-worth and network area, so focus on work, focus on finances, focus on getting your routines back to where they should be. All visible planets are going direct this month, so you'll have the energy and the drive to go ahead. Virgo season is all about efficiency, diligence, hard work, and focus. So we will boldly eliminate, purge the things, objects, people, partnerships, and foods that don't serve us anymore. We'll focus on our personal finances, reclaiming our net worth and self worth, and any health or routine issues will be handled with the much deserved attention. You will have a much deserved break or adventure at the end of the month, but duties first because there is a reckoning coming into the month where Saturn will hit your health and work sector routines to check that you're doing the due work required in that area. So just be careful of that at the start of the month. Stick to the routine, stick to the work till 22nd. No better way to heal but to jump into action. So let's dig in. So I'll talk briefly about where we are coming, and then we'll move over to day by day and week by week horoscope of September. I'll leave timestamps in the comments section, but I would request you to go over the whole video once and then you can come back to specific portions of it over the month to review it. Now on 26th of August, you had a full moon in Pisces at 3 degree. This was in your house of transformation again. So this is supposed to mark the end of the eclipse season, but even the ending of the eclipse season was transformative and full of a little bit of trauma, a little bit of healing to end it all. Pisces full moon was supposed to be healing. It's healing water, is closure time, but for you the closure had to be in form of some sort of crisis coming up to light, some sort of karmic distress coming to light, some sort of debt coming to light, some sort of shared financials issue coming to light. So if you have any business partner or personal partner and you share financials with them, the issues in that might have come to light. Some old trauma might have come to light, or some new crisis might have developed, some mini crisis, just to show you what you need to let go. just to provide you the healing, because sometimes we heal with crisis. That's what this was trying to do. It just accelerated a little bit of the energy that was already rife, made you a little bit more raw to heal you. Now, to heal you, Leos, you need to go to water. You need to put anything related to water will help you heal you. Go towards faith if you believe. Spend time with your children, that will heal you. Go towards creativity, arts, anything that gives you joy will heal you. This is about discovering how do you heal, how do you release any of the things that have been bothering you, how do you forgive, because you need to forgive, otherwise it will affect your health. This will have effect over the next couple of days as the month starts, but it does start with a mini crisis or maybe realization of an issue, because this is a hidden house, this is a dark house. On August 27th, though, you're given the tool to deal with it, because Mars goes direct at 28 degree Capricorn. This is the highest degree of exaltation for Mars, and when Mars goes direct in the best possible degree in the horoscope for it, you are suddenly sprung into action. You're given the drive, you're given the willpower to handle things, and it's going direct in your house of day-to-day routines, so you're shot into action in your health and work sector. So this, it takes time, because Mars had been going backward. Retrograde is, they appear to go backward from our perspective from Earth, so they're not going in the direction it should. Mars had been going retrograde for the last 2 months, so things were not going in the direction where they should. Your actions were not going in the direction they should, and it was also causing some amount of anger, anxiety, fights with co-workers, fights with partners, business or personal. So now when Mars starts moving direct, all the day-to-day routine that was stuck up, all the projects that were stuck up, they start moving forward, and they start moving forward in the direction you want them to go. So the action and the result of that is as you desire, especially when it is in Capricorn till 10th of September. The effort that you put in, it will have the requisite results. You would still have some amount of friction with co-workers, because Mars is hot, Mars is anger, Mars is friction, but it is a efficient friction. It is, Mars and Capricorn is productive. The friction being created is being directed towards constructive work right now, instead of just fighting with co-workers. So Mars and Capricorn will be level-headed, decisive, not afraid to break down the structures that are not serving you, cutting losses as well. But at the same time, it is not about having a screaming match, not having people fighting with each other during this time. So tap into this efficient Mars to do your best work in the first 10 days of the month. Any difficult projects, tackle them during the first 10 days of the month. Any visa, travel, higher education, home repairs related issues as well, because Mars rules your 9th house and 4th house as well for Leo. So any immigration issues stuck, any visa issues stuck, any travel issues stuck, any higher education issues stuck, tackle them during the first 10 days of the month, and they will definitely go in the direction you want them to go. Now, you could have had some health issues flare up when eclipses happen, especially you are ruled by sun. So when there is solar activity happening, health issues do flare up. So get a checkup done. Get things handled right now. Virgo season is all about taking action, figuring out, analyzing what is wrong, what is not wrong, and then we do something about it. We analyze, we purge, we clean during Virgo season. So if there was anything related to your health which was bothering you, go get it checked during this time, and Mars goes direct, and look at it objectively to act on it. On August 29th, Mercury, a planet of thinking and mind, will revisit the eclipse of 11th of August. So it's coming back to the eclipse point where it was on 11th of August. The 11th of August eclipse was in your sign. It was supposed to bring a new beginning for you, but it was such a over the top eclipse. Things were not clear with so many planets being backward, and the energy was just over the top at the time. You needed that to settle down for the messaging of it all to be clear to you. So that's what happens during the time of August 29th. You get some clarity, and the clarity keeps coming during the course of September to you on what this new start is supposed to mean for you. If you're a Leo ascendant, the new start was supposed to be in how you present yourself to the world, change in your appearance, change in your goals, change in your how you're known in the world. If you're a Leo sun, it was in light of your career and goals, and maybe something new in the life of your father. If you are a Leo moon, then it was about your place of living, motherhood, your emotional well-being, you becoming a mother. So that's how it will pan out for you during the month of September. Now let's dig into what happens new in the month of September apart from processing last month's energy. On 2nd of September, Mercury comes out of shadow. Mercury is in your sign and has been in your sign for almost 2 months. That's not normal because Mercury is only there in a specific sign for over 3 to 4 weeks. But it was extended, it had an extended stay personally for you. Mercury rules our mind, it rules our communication. It's how we think, how we learn, how we speak, how we make connections, how do we acquire our knowledge, how do we travel from A to B. A to B. So when it is retrograde, all of these things don't work normally. Communication doesn't work normally, how we think doesn't work normally, how we speak doesn't, words don't come out the way they should. We have travel issues when that happens. So that was what was happening between 26th of July till 19th of August. After which Mercury started going direct, but it was retracing its path. So it was still resolving old issues. Now on 2nd of September, when Mercury comes out of shadow, you start writing new things. You start acquiring new knowledge. You start thinking about new things. You start talking about different things. And when it was retrograde over last month, it was reviewing how do you present yourself to the world, how do you network with the world, how do you talk to the people, how do you come across to people, how do you look to the world around you. This is a very important change in you, or a review in you, which needed to be made before you have your new start, and that's what it did. All the Mercury retrogrades, Mercury goes retrograde 3 times in a year. This year all the Mercury retrogrades are in your fire houses. Fire houses are where you go head first, where you start things, where you go with full gusto. That's where Mercury is going backward, because it wants to strategize how you think. He wants to strategize how you speak. It wants to strategize how you act. It wants you to take a back seat and figure out where you're going before you go there, so it can be constructive for you. Now this Mercury also rules your friends, social sector and money houses. So there might be some review of money happening, or some review of who are your real friends, who are your real networks. And some old friends might have come out of woodworks right now to reconnect with you during this time. So now from 2nd of September, we form new thought process. And what a beautiful thought process, because Mercury, as soon as it's out of shadow, it meets Venus in Libra. Venus is so happy in Libra. It's about charm and communication, and you have a natural charm in how you present yourself to the world. But when Venus is sitting in your communication sector, you are charm central. So 3rd of September, a day ahead or backward, so from 2nd to 4th, is an excellent time to have a constructive discussion, convince somebody about your point of view. If you are working, make a pitch during this time, it will go excellent. Venus is all about harmony, and in Libra it's about partnerships. So if you want to acquire a new client or have a new partner in your business or in personal life, it's great for romance as well. So if you have any of those dates or financial discussions or presentations coming about, 2nd to 4th of September are excellent for it. And things, you'll see how we go. Things are just moving so much in your favor this month. On 5th of September, Mercury will move into Virgo. Mercury is as I said, is our communication. How do we connect with the world? And Mercury is the happiest in Virgo. It is the sign where it performs the best. Now Venus is in the sign in Libra where it performs the best. So we got our planet of communication in its best sign. Mars in Capricorn, our planet of action in its best sign. And we got planet of harmony in its best sign. This is excellent energy from 5th of September to 10th of September. All the key planets that need to create anything for you are at their best. So focus on going out to the world during this time and do your best work during this time. Specifically, Virgo for you is finances. It is your self-worth, it is your net worth. So when both Mercury and Sun are in that sector, you can have a very detailed and productive analysis of your finances and where the money is supposed to come, what kind of transactions you should be involved in, how to best efficiently manage your day-to-day cash flows. Do a detailed analysis. It will stabilize you, it will move you in a positive direction. It's the best time to in the year to do a detailed analysis of your financial, what's practical, what's not. Doing a personal expense analysis or doing an expense analysis on your business. How do you expand your finances further? Having those business ideas come to you or investment ideas come to you, making existing money work better and efficiently for you, and eliminating anything that's not working for you. And it's not just about money, it's about any of your resources that nourish you. So it's also about your diet. So as I told you earlier, Saturn is sitting in your health sector right now. It's going to test you on your health. So when Mercury, the best planet, the best analytical planet going in its best sign, is sitting in your diet sector, it's the best time to look at what works best for you in your diet. Virgo energy is very productive, but it does get critical. It does cause worry a little bit. So just try to stay away from getting too critical about yourself during this time. When you're doing a financial review, when you're doing a diet review, you are trying to be constructive here. You are very sharp during this time. You're logical, you're practical. Just try to balance the bigger picture, why you're doing it all, with versus getting lost in beating yourself up about it, or just getting lost in too much detail, which is a negative side of this energy. So good news keeps rolling in one after another. On 6th of September, Saturn finally turns direct after being retrograde since 17th of April. That's about 5 months of backward movement. Finally, all visible planets are now direct, which was not the case in August and July. 6 planets were retrograde in August and July. So you had the feeling of being stuck, not making enough progress, deeper issues coming out. Now the time to pause and process is over, and we are shot into action with all planets direct. Saturn retrograde period is about review of your structures and boundaries and commitments that you made at work and in your health sector. Where did you take on more responsibility than you should have? Where did you said yes, where you should have said no and put a boundary? It's reassess time. It's time to reassess where you're putting your boundaries with your co-workers. Saturn also rules your partnership sector, so where should you put boundaries with your business and marriage partners, where your interests are not taken care of, where your health is not taken care of, where your work ambitions are not taken care of. Where are you getting compromised by just catering to your co-workers or catering to your partners? Your diet and health is very important right now to take care of, because you will be Saturn in your sign is going to Saturn in Capricorn is going to test your health over the next 2 years. So Saturn takes no prisoner. If you're not taking care of your health, it will cause an health issue. I'm sorry to say, but that's how it works. And specifically in 2020, you have a reckoning coming. All the planets will be in this sector, and they will test the foundation of your health sector. More importantly, just from November itself, South Node will move in Capricorn. So anything that is not working in your work or health sector has got to go at that time. So if you're not taking care of anything in your health sector, you would face a loss in that sector, which you don't want. I'm just trying to help you here. So just at this stage, take no compromises on your health sector. You have both Pluto and Saturn sitting over there. Pluto does exactly the same thing. Wherever you are not transforming, it will try to destroy that to recreate that area of your life. So take care of any nagging health issues specifically related to your bones. Feed yourself the right diet that takes care of your bones, your knees, your teeth, which are the vulnerable areas for you. Arthritis is one of the issues that could develop over time. So take care of those kind of issues at this point in time. Coming to more interesting things, Uranus also entered your house of career and reputation in May. The trigger of it is to release you from any fixity, any stagnation in career that you might be facing. So if you have not moved from a place for a long time, or you're not doing what you should be doing, Uranus aims to shake you. But Uranus is a very long term cycle. We have never seen in any of our lifetimes Uranus and Taurus. This is the first time in our lifetime it's happening, and the next time it will happen is after 84 years. But Uranus is a very long cycle. It has a 7-year cycle, so it will slowly roll out. But when it just enters the sign, couple of months, you feel it very strongly. You feel an urge to make a change in your career. You feel a urge to change the very fabric of what you do and what you're known for. And Saturn is also sitting in your work sector. Now Saturn wants you to just work hard and be productive at work, and wants to create something material for you at work. So this innovation and need to change, along with the planet of hard work and just wanting to be productive, are coming together this year. That is excellent for you, because Saturn and Uranus individually can cause issue, but working together they can create something innovative and new for you. Saturn will ensure that whatever changes you're bringing about, they have a very strong foundation. They're not on slippery ground. They're not on shifty grounds. So you're structural about it. You're going about it in a method. You're going about it in the right way. You're following the structure, which you usually do. You are by default a hardworking sign. Saturn is at home over there. You are at home working hard on your career. You don't feel an issue. You feel an issue when you're not appreciated for it. You don't have an issue in working hard on your career. That's where Uranus comes into view. Uranus is how are you recognized for your work. So it's shaking how you get recognized for your work. So these two sectors are working in positive synergy with each other throughout this year, but they will meet periodically. Now, so between August 14 to September 14, they are again working in harmony with each other. They were exact on 27th of August, but till 14th of September, you feel them as well. It will support your financial analysis. It will support your career harmony. It will support the change that you're trying to build about in your work. But more importantly, it forms a grand trine on 7th of September with Mercury. That's manifestation. So usually Saturn and Uranus working in positive energy with you is just guiding and helping you psychologically or on the structure front. But when it hits one of the personal planets, like it hits Mercury on 7th of September, there is a tangible result of that. We talked about it at last month as well, when Saturn and Uranus touched Sun. Sun is about you putting your whole physical being into what you're doing, but Mercury is about mental resolve. It's also about creating it's also about creating awareness and actual financial result, or coming out of these aspects working in harmony. The structure and boundaries at work you're creating, it supports the financial review, and the financial thoroughness supports your work. Now this has to manifest materially in form of helping you financially in some way. So you can expect something positive on your financials, whether it is in form of a deal coming through, or the expense analysis that you're doing, it yielding a positive result for you, saving you some money, or an innovative business idea coming to you out of this whole out of this exercise, and you get money out of that. This is live between 5th to 9th of September. So it's also an excellent time to convince a client, because Mercury is how you communicate, right? So if you want to make a pitch to a client, 7th of September is an excellent time to that. It's an excellent time to convince somebody of a business idea which will yield revenue for you and for the client. Even though it's an easy and productive transit, it does not, I told you, Virgo season is not easy. Nothing is easy in Virgo season. You will question your financial standing, you will question your self-worth, but there are so many planets supporting you right now that the sheer hard work that you're putting in will be productive during this time. 8th of September, you need to be a bit careful about your words, because Venus and Mars are squaring in hard aspect to each other. Venus is trying to create harmony with your co-workers. Mars is trying to make sure that you make a headway at work. These two conflict with each other. Sometimes when we are going with speed, we conflict with the people who we work with. That's just what it is. On 8th of September, just be careful of the work. But on the other hand, it's great for romance. It can create some electricity in romance. It can create some sexual energy at work, for example, if that's what it is. If you have any of the love interest at work, this is excellent energy for that. uh, 9th of September, we finally have the new moon at 17-degree Virgo. This is again in your financial sector. So when sun and moon come together, that's what new moon is. It tends to create something new for you. And for this new moon, where you would already start feeling what this new financial start is supposed to be, what new financially you're supposed to get around 9th of September, a day or two in ahead, or and it will continue to pan out for the next 2 weeks after that. This is birth of a realistic, thoroughly thought out, grounded financial idea. This is not over the top. This is going to be real. This is tangible. Either it is potentially something coming out of your financial analysis that you're doing, or the business deal that you were pitching on 7th of September. You know that money is coming out of that, or the expense analysis that you were doing, there's some money coming out of that. This could also be purchase of an item. So you've been able to release some cash, and you're buying something of that cash that is released, but it will be of utility to you. It is not going to be over the top flashy thing. It will be something of good quality and of utility, which will serve you, which will help you, or it will serve others. So that's the energy on 9th of September. Be careful of your health during this time, because solar activity, as I said, when a new moon is there and sun and moon are coming together, you are ruled by sun. You could face some minor health issue during that time on that day. So just be careful of that. You may be starting a new diet on that day as well, because this house is also about your about the food that you eat. So you might be coming about with the right diet. You've finally come to a realization of what works for you, for your body type. This is a very positive new moon, because it's being aspected by positively aspected by the planet of luck and expansion, Jupiter, and also by Pluto. Now Jupiter and Pluto are in positive energy with each other. Most of the external planets this year are working in positive energy with each other, because they're trying to create something. When external planets work together with each other, they're coming together to create something for you. They are creating friction in the process, which you're feeling from inside, but ultimately they're trying to create something for you. So Jupiter and Pluto, Jupiter is in Scorpio in your 4th house, looking to heal and expand your family life, and what emotional baggage you're carrying from your family, your emotional fulfillment from your family, your house, your property. Maybe you bought a house and you're embellishing it. Jupiter is blessing your property, blessing your family, healing it. Pluto is transforming your career and your health. Now these two planets have been working in positive energy with each other, which means that there is a parallel track going on of your family getting healed, which could be in form of issues first coming up, because it's Scorpio. That's what it does. It first digs deep and takes out the issues, and then it heals them. Pluto does exactly the same in your career and health. These two happening together, but in positive synergy with each other, which means that if you work on one, the other one is also working well. So the two are going in tandem with each other. Around they met 3 times. These kind of transits happens in 3 parts. So they met first time in January between 15th to 17th, where you got a realization of what work or health habit you need to change, or what place of living will suit best for you, where your house should be or how your house should be. So you got the first inkling of what needs to change around January 15 to 17. It might be driven by some crisis. It might be driven by some deep thinking that you might have done about the subject of your health and work and place of living, or it might be driven by travel and expansion of mind as a result of that. But the first hit is just realization. It's just sheer getting hurt at that time. But that's what these two planets do. They first hurt you, then they transform you, then they empower you to fix these issues. That is what is happening now. Now is the time to do something about it, because you have thought about it, and you initiated the seed January. Then in April, second meeting, it came for reconsideration on how and where of it, and then now it is the time to actually launch it. So a new moon normally would just be a minor event which will just pan out over the next 2 weeks, but because this long term transit is coming in positive energy with it, the financial news that you're getting or the diet change that you're doing is being blessed by by these external planets. They will push you into action to do normally what you would normally don't go ahead and do it. Jupiter will give you the confidence, Pluto will give you the power and the sheer energy to take a bold new step financially and health wise, to enhance your net worth, enhance your self-worth, enhance your health, keeping big picture in mind. So when so many things are going in your favor, some trouble has to come. Sun will oppose Neptune on 7th of September, which is exact. Neptune is the planet of illusion, and it's sitting in your joint finances sector. So there's possibility that since Neptune went backwards in June till November, some reality of the people who you're sharing finances with, whether they're your benefactors, they're your sponsors, they're the people who have lent you money, or they're your spouses who you're sharing, not spouses, spouse who you're sharing money with, or it's your business partner, committed partner that you're sharing finances with. Some reality of them cheating you might have come into view, and now that is acting as a drain on you. So just be careful of people trying to take advantage of you, because you are in a vulnerable place. When Neptune is in Pisces in your joint finances, you are open yourself up for people to come into your life financially, and when you do that, there are a lot of people who are not right for you who come in. So 7th of September, be very careful of people trying to lend you money, trying to swindle you. This is repeated on 13th of September. Just use your acute sense of Mercury. Your mind is sharpest, as I said right now, so just use that to suss those out, because you need to realize them right now. Why I'm talking about it right now, even though it is a longer term transit from June to November, is because it's touching Mercury. So something comes into your awareness during this time, and you need to handle that right now, because when Neptune goes direct after November, you stop seeing them again. You don't realize they're draining you. You don't realize that again. You again are happy and open and receptive to them leeching money off you. So this is the point where you should realize and handle it. Then on 9th of September, Venus moves into Scorpio, which is your 4th house. Venus is harmony, peace, romance. It brings a beautiful energy to your home life. It also increases your need for love and to engage with a romantic partner. So when that happens, and Mars is going to square it on and off during this month, so this is excellent sexual energy. This is excellent time to spend time with your partner. It is calming. It is also about decorating your house, just taking care of your house and your family during this time. And Venus is having an extended stay in the sign. It will be there till December, because it's going to go retrograde next month. So there'll be a lot of review of how do you decorate your house, how do you spend on your house, how do you receive and take love. Love will undergo an extended period of review till the end of the month for you. Your love for your family, with your loved ones, even with your parents, will come under review. Just don't go overboard right now, because Venus is under shadow. Shadow means this, whatever you do right now will undergo a review when Venus goes retrograde. So just be careful. Don't go overboard in terms of expenses on your home, in terms of bold declarations to a loved one. Venus and Mars squaring each other is high sexual energy. This is fool's Russian energy. Maybe that's what you need to realize, what you love and what you not. But if you think it can hurt you at a deeper level, don't go for it at this point in time, because it may not last. It might be hot and heavy and just temporary. 10th of September, Mars is entering Aquarius in your 7th house of partnership. partnership. Mars is your drive. So now you put all your energy in resolving your issue with the people who you have a committed relationship with, whether they're your business partner, they're your marriage partner, and a lot of issues might have come up in the last 2 months on it, because Mars is spending 6 months versus 7 weeks in your partnership sector. It's trying to resolve all the partnerships issues that you have right now with the people who you live with the people who you have business partnership, committed relationship with, even the customers who are your beneficiary at this point. When Mars is a little bit of a rebellious energy when it's in Aquarius, so you are feeling the itch to make a change in your partnership. Uranus is also squaring it. Your itch for change in your career is asking you to make a change in your partnerships as well. So when it's elbowing you, asking you to make a change throughout for the last 2 months, now is the time to resolve it. You know what you need to do, whether you need to go ahead, change the way you are in a partnership, or you need to change your partner. You know by now. You will stand your ground and do what's good for all in a detached way right now, which is the way to do it. You also have a T square being created after 10th of September when Mars moves into Aquarius. Mars will form a square with Uranus. Mars will form a square with Venus. So Venus, Uranus, and Mars are coming in loggerheads with each other. Now this is a test of partnership. This is a test of your committed partnership. It's also a highly sexually charged energy. This is lovely energy. If you have a new romance going on, it adds the requisite excitement. Even if you are in a committed partnership and the grounds are stable in that partnership, this gives you the requisite excitement in it, because Venus and Uranus is planet of innovation. Venus is your love, so you're adding innovation to love, which might be also a push and a pull, in the sense that your focus is on work right now, and that's taking you away from the family. So there might be some conflict there, but it can translate into excitement in bedroom as well, depending on how solid your foundation is. Venus will attract you towards giving attention to your love life now. So Mars and Uranus is, as I said, Uranus is elbowing you to make a change in your partnership, business partnership, committed relationship, the people that you spend large part of your time with. It's asking you to make a change in that. Venus and Mars is essentially excitement. It wants to create the healthy friction between your partner and you, and it's exciting. I think it can be a test of partnership, but at the same time it can be fairly exciting. You have that 9th to 18th of September. Venus and Uranus are exact on 12th of September. That is an excellent romantic and sexually charged energy, I have to say, on 12th of September. But Mars and Uranus are there throughout, so this friction with your partner and wanting to focus on your career, those trends will be there. You are going to be more attentive to your business right now, so that could conflict with the partnership. I have to warn you on one thing, because Mars and Uranus square are a accident prone energy. I'm sorry to say, specifically on 18th of September, be very careful if you're driving. Ask your partner to be very careful if they're driving, because Uranus is earth. Uranus and Taurus is earth, and Uranus is currently backward, so it's going underground into earth. And Mars is vehicles. Mars is accidents. It's a significator of road accidents. It's a significator of rashness. Even if it's not you, it's other people. So just be very careful on 18th of September. If you're traveling, be careful of any earthquake prone areas. Don't go there. Same on 26th of September, because Mars, Uranus are meeting South Node, which is underground energy as well. So just be careful on 18th and 26th of any accidents or going towards earthquake prone areas during this time. So following that, on 15th or 16th, you have Mercury meeting the Pluto and Jupiter positive energy as well. So in your mind, you get further energy of the new moon that happened. We talked about it in detail earlier. On 20th, Sun will meet Mercury in your house of finances. Both Sun and Mercury have been working in your financial, in your self-worth, net worth and diet sector, and they meet together. This makes for a very busy period from 19th to 21st and a very productive period from 19th to 20th. It's excellent time to handle financial matters. Then this happens just before Sun and Mercury both move into Libra in your communication sector. We have September equinox on 22nd of September. Weather changes, it's fall in north hemisphere, spring in southern hemisphere. This is beautiful, relaxing energy for you because Libra sextiles you. It throws a positive energy for you. It gives you vitality, it gives you feel good energy in your communications, in your day-to-day interaction with people in your surrounding. It's time for diplomacy, harmony, charm, socially busy period. Making connections, learning something new, making friends, talking about your ideas, meeting people you have not met for a long time. Day-to-day life, busy but positive. You might be multitasking, your phone will be ringing off the hook, you'll be doing a lot of paperwork. It's busy time. Third house is busy communication, a lot of communication time. But you'll be using your positive side, your diplomatic side. You'll be working with people, you'll be jiving with people. You are very charming when you interact with people in a positive way. You'll be working on your self-made wealth during this time. This is a trend for the next couple of weeks. It's a beautiful September equinox is a very positive and productive time for Leos. So every month we have a new moon and we have a full moon. This month's full moon is on 24th of September in 2° Aries. This is in your 9th house of adventure, higher education, learning, your philosophy, publishing, writing, putting your viewpoint and your statement across to the world. And it's happening in the fire sign. So it's about putting your viewpoint boldly, declaring a bit of independence, going head first. You want to say what you believe in and you want to say it boldly, and you want to take care of yourself. You want to make your move, self-affirm, self-assert for what you want. It's about being honest, being bold, putting an end to what's been holding you back from your next adventure, because it's the house of adventure and travel. You might be going on a journey as well. You might be going on a journey of independence and to learn something, to relearn your philosophy, to solidify your philosophy in your mind. This is a adventurous as well as a travel for learning over the next couple of months. A full moon is always in opposition. So the moon is in adventure sector while your sun is in house of day-to-day and day-to-day communication. So the two oppose each other. So it's asking you to balance the bigger picture with the details. It's asking you to balance your day-to-day with your philosophy, with you putting yourself first, with you taking care of yourself and your beliefs as well. It's about you looking to win and putting your moral code with confidence, but at the same time Libra wants you to be diplomatic about it. It's a conflicting energy, but you have to create a balance of the two on how you put your point across while staying diplomatic. It is also coming within opposition from Saturn in your day-to-day. So that's why I told you at the start of the month, take care of your health, take care of your day-to-day routine. So when you're on to this adventure for the next couple of days, when you're traveling or you're just purely working on your higher education, or maybe working on a book, you may be writing or publishing something that you believe in. When you're doing all of that, your day-to-day is already being taken care of. You've paid your dues there. It doesn't come up as a rash energy. Then it's coming up with a productive, bold, put your foot down to win energy. It is a solo adventure that you're doing it for yourself. It's a bit of reckoning to try new things, being a little bit selfish for yourself, even promote yourself to the world. This is you deserve it. You've gone through a lot and you're boldly moving forward. This is called a harvest moon. It's the harvest season of late summer. When equinox happens, this is the the first harvest moon of that. And so you're claiming your philosophy, you're owning it, you're making a bold statement, you're speaking up. Saturn opposition actually could help you, could work positive for you. If you've done the work, then say it will help you in your travel being productive, or it will help you in publishing something by being focused on it. A little bit of energy from Chiron is there. Chiron I don't really consider, but sometimes you need to be aware that there might be a wound in philosophy, or a wound maybe of not being appreciated by your mentor or your father in the past coming up. When you're putting your statement boldly up there, all the people who did not believe in your philosophy, all the people who did not believe in what you're all about, that thought process always comes up. So just keep that in mind. But there's too much stuff which is working in your favor to be caring about all of that past hurt. Mars in your partnership sector is supporting you. So if you've worked through, resolved your partnership issues at the time, that will work in positive energy with you. It will give you the enthusiasm and courage to take the bold step in fighting for your viewpoint and going after your viewpoint. I am really excited about this full moon for you. So that concludes the month. On 26th of September is the final mental letting go of whatever was not working in your partnership, when Mars revisits the eclipse point with the south node. We talked about it earlier, and that marks the end of the month. On 30th, Pluto moves forward. So that's that. We'll talk more about that in October when we come back with everything else. Thank you so much for staying with me. I hope you find this useful. Thank you.